Yo, what's good YouTube? This is Jay from T&J, and we're fresh off of that sweep. Let's just look at where we are. So we're on to the NLCS. San Fran leads the Cubs in their series 2-1. Let's just advance the day, see what happens. So look at this, we get our rematch versus Mad Bum right away. It looks like the Giants took them the full 5 games, won in the 5th game. Let's look at the AL there. So it looks like Seattle swept Minnesota. How did Minnesota make the playoffs? That's what I want to know. Let's look at them. So the Twins went 83-79 and they won their division. They had no business being in the playoffs. I'm surprised the Indians didn't win that division. But let's look at the rest of this. So it looks like Toronto swept Boston. That's crazy. It looks like they beat the Angels in the wild card game, then swept Boston. That's crazy. So, man, we got the Giants. This is a weird World Series. So either Toronto, Seattle, Milwaukee, or San Fran. I mean, San Fran's a regular team. They're always there, but this is a weird NL and ALCS we got going on here. Seattle. I mean, I don't think they've ever been to a World Series now that I think about it. But man, I mean, let's just look at some of these scores here. I'm interested to see how that Game 5 Chicago and the Giants went. Let's just go to the Chicago. Let's go to Chicago. They're closer. So it looks like, wow, they were down 2-0, right? And then they won 2 straight to tie it up 2-2, and then lost a heartbreaker. It looks like 3-6. Let's just see who did well that game. Anthony Rizzo. It looks like nobody's really hitting well for them. Hayward looks like he's hitting 300 in the playoffs, but nobody else looks like they're hitting very well. Now let's look at the San Fran. So Matt Cain is hitting 350 in the playoffs. He's raking right now. And Denard Span is hitting 333. It looks like those two are the only ones in the 300s, it looks like. So even Buster Posey's only hitting 117. So maybe we got something here. I mean, they won that game on 5 hits and they won by 3 runs. So somebody had to hit some homers there or something. Maybe some walks. It looks like the Cubs had 2 errors. I don't know, but we got our work cut out. We get our rematch of last year. Mad Bum took it from us, snatched our heart out. So it says we have Zach Davies going against Mad Bum. You know I'm not going to do that because Lance McCullers, he's our ace. He's going to get the nod. Man, let's just go because we are actually on the road again to start this series. So this time it's a 7-game series. So let's just see how this goes, man. Let's try to steal one from Mad Bum. We got some guys from the right side of the plate that can hit lefties really well, but it is Mad Bum. He's a beast in the playoffs. So, man, let's just get into this gameplay. Brewers, Giants, NLCS. Let's go.
It's Game 1 of the National League Championship Series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the San Francisco Giants.
Well, here's a little comparison of these two teams. Looking at it earlier, to me, the story is all about the pitching.
So Arcia does start out the game here with the bloop hit to the right side. That's good to see because I think that's his first hit in the leadoff spot. So he's off to a good start right away versus Mad Bum. Eric Thames comes up and he swings and misses. And Brinson hits a little dribble to the catcher. He's going to get thrown out here, but we got a guy on second with Franklin Gutierrez come up, and he throws at his head in the playoffs, man. That's a fight-worthy throw right there. He pitched at his head, and Travis Shaw gets robbed on the next play. What a great play by their second baseman there. But, you know, the story of the playoffs for the Brewers is Lance McCullers. I mean, he is lights out on the mound for the Brewers. And Mad Bum says, anything you can do, I can do better. He's getting our meat of the order, striking out, and we're on to the 4th inning already. Lance McCullers isn't giving up anything. I mean, Brandon Belt's coming up. He's not getting anything. I mean, these guys are barely touching this guy, and same with us. I mean, we can't touch Mad Bum this game. But here in the 5th inning, they do get a double over the shortstop there. Joe Panic gets on second, so they got a guy on second here in the 5th inning. Lance McCullers in a little bit of trouble, and we throw a pitch in the dirt versus Buster Posey, and I knew right when I threw that pitch it was going in the dirt. So here Buster Posey at least grounds out to first, so he didn't advance home. But next up, Hunter Pence hits a line drive down the left field line, and that's going to bring the runner into score, and the Giants are going to take the 1-0 lead in the 5th inning. And we at least get, the thing is, he pitches well, but he at least gets out of innings. I mean, like here, he gives up a walk to Denard Span, but he does get a runner to eventually ground out. And, man, I'm telling you, at the plate, we could not do anything. Mad Bum was on his A game. I mean, his pitches were hard to hit. But here in the 7th inning, we get a hold of one. But look at this. This is what was happening to us all game. We were getting hold of pitches, and it was right at their guys. Their guys were making good plays. Look at this play by the second baseman again, robbing Travis Shaw of the hit. And here, at least Jorge Soler gets a little bloop hit to right field. So we got a guy on first in the 8th inning. But look at this. Robinson Chirinos comes up. I timed that perfectly with a power swing and hits a hard grounder to third. So I bring in Garrett Cooper to pinch hit for the pitcher here in the 9th inning to start us off. And he delivers. He gets a guy. He gets a nice hit to the left side, and we got a guy on first. Arcia bunts the guy over, but look at the pitcher. They kind of have a communication error there, so we got guys on first and second here with Thames coming up, and I swing at a horrible pitch. Thames goes down, and Brinson swings at another horrible pitch out of the zone, and Brinson almost beats it out. I promise you, I thought I beat that out. Gutierrez comes up next, and they don't want any piece of him, so they want Travis Shaw. And Travis Shaw's been hot. I'm surprised, but they bring in Derek Law to finish it off, to take over for Mark Melanson. And he gets Travis Shaw to strike out on the curveball. The Giants are going to take the 1-0 lead. Mad Bum and Lance McCullers, they both pitch a great game. I mean, 1-0 game 1. And we're going to move on to game 2 here. We got Junior Guerra right here on the mound. And in the 1st inning, he's giving up a line shot over the second baseman's head, Jerison Profar. And that's Lorenzo Cain. Remember, they traded for him in the offseason. So that was actually turning out to be a good pickup because he's actually hitting the ball really well. And Brandon Belt comes up next. And Thames makes a great play. He throws on the run straight on a dart to, I'm actually starting Jet Bandy, and Jet Bandy tags him out. And it's funny, this is actually the same story as last game. I can't get anything here. And they have D. Sclafani on the mound. Actually, I have no idea where Johnny Cueto is. Obviously he's not on the mound for them. So they have D. Sclafani on the mound, and he has a tricky windup. I mean, his release point is weird. It comes off of his hand weird. So I was having a hard time hitting the ball. But here in the 2nd, Junior Guerra is actually in a jam here. But look at this. That was a liner to me. But it hit the ground at some point there. And that was a mistake on my end. I mean, that was so hard to tell. That looked like a liner, right? I mean, that was right at me. And I actually let the double play go, and look what happens next. They get a sac fly to right field, but we do get out of that inning. But here in the 3rd inning, Lorenzo Cain, like I said, this has turned out to be a good pickup for them. He smacks one out of the park, man, and that was a no-doubter. That was out of here in a hurry. So the Giants take the 2-0 lead here in the 4th inning. Brinson, they hung one up, and Brinson hits a hard grounder to the second baseman when they get out of it. That's what's been happening to us this whole game. I'm getting these hard hits, and they're getting these hits right here that would just it's not a hard hit, but a lot of these hits are getting down from them. They're getting in triples alley a lot, and they got a guy on third, Hunter Pence, in the 4th inning here. And next comes Denard Span, and he gets a grounder, so they take the 3-0 lead. And Junior Guerra, he's giving up runs early in this game, and it's not a good sign because Eduardo Nunez, wow, he took that pitch out of the park. That was actually out of the strike zone, and he just, man, he took a hack at it, and that was out of here in a hurry. So they have the 4-0 lead here. And here in the 5th, Jet Bandy, I actually gave him to start over Chirinos because Chirinos started off the playoffs, I believe, 0 for 12, and he didn't even get a hit. So I gave Jet Bandy a start, and that turned out to be a good decision. Here, Jersey Profile actually took a strike, and that was actually a ball, it looks like. But Garrett Cooper, he's been a dependable pinch hitter, so I bring him in to pinch hit, and he delivers again. He gets the bloop single to center field, and our guys are going to come in to score. So we got a 1 run on the board, and here Arcia comes up next, and he hits a deep fly ball to right, and that's just not deep enough. They still have that 4-1 lead, so we bring in Taylor Youngman here into relief. And right away, Brandon Crawford, he hangs one over the middle, a changeup, and Brandon Crawford hits a liner over the center field fence, and that's into the netting in center. And look at that, just like that, we score a run, and they get it back. But here in the next inning, Brinson gets a hard liner to right center, and this is what I'm talking about. When I hit the ball hard, look at where that bounced. That bounced right to the right fielder, and for them, that would have been a triple right in triple's alley. So here, Neil Ramirez comes up after the pitcher beans Franklin Gutierrez, and Jorge Soler comes up clutch for the Brewers, and he cuts the deficit on a 3-run homer deep to center field, and it is a 1-run game, ladies and gentlemen. And here in the 8th inning, I bring in Brian Shaw actually for relief, and he's actually doing pretty well up to this point. But here in the 8th inning, he gives up 2 early walks, and look at this. What did I just say? When they get a hit to right center, it's right in triple's alley, and when I get a hit there, it's only a double. And this actually was a double, but man, what luck do they have? They get their runs right back after we trim the lead to 2, and Travis Shaw on the 3rd pitch he sees in the 9th inning, he takes Mark Melanson deep on that one, and Travis Shaw's been hot this whole playoffs. That's no surprise, but man, if it wasn't for that double there, this would have been a tie ball game. So they bring in Derek Law once again to get them out of this 9th inning, and he faces Jorge Soler, who takes another one deep to left center, but that one is not going to be deep enough to get out of here this time. They're going to run that one down, and Jet Bandy comes up. They hang a curveball, but I cannot do anything with it, so they got 2 outs here, and I bring in Hernan Perez to pinch hit, and he hangs another one, but I miss it on that time. I strike out. The Giants take the 2-0 lead. This is the complete opposite of our last series where we took the 2-0 lead on the road. Now we're down 2-0. We have to come back, but we're heading back to Miller Park. Eduardo Nunez, player of the game. Hit subscribe. Hit that like button because we're going back to Miller Park. Hopefully taking these next 2 games back.